Right, welcome to week 23. Right, yeah. This was the warm up week. What I called the warm up week. Ready for next week. But yeah, everything went really well. I'll jump straight into the data first of all. Need to talk about the bike situation as well. But yeah, let's get onto the data first. So this is the week that we're after. Had the target of 179, right? Everything complete, which was really quite good. Yeah, so green, good to go. That's it. Right, this was Brighton. So the loads is a bit. I probably could have done this a bit differently. Actually, it's a bit confusing. Not confusing, but a bit of a mess actually. The load was what I'd done Monday to Thursday. So that was the first week. The second week is what we're comparing to, because this was week 5, right, of this phase. Yeah, so the distance that I covered was more or less the same. We had not even a 1% increase. The elevation slightly less, right? But that was the load going into Brighton, right? So that was Monday to Thursday. Brighton was on Friday. Again, I've left week 1 in there, but we're concentrating on week 2, right? So we've got the distance going down to Brighton and back, elevation, moving time, and the actual from the point in which I started the ride from here. Go and get a coffee, ride down to Brighton, have something to eat and a coffee, and then ride back. Yeah, so that was the total time elapsed for the two. And the comparison, as far as the distance and elevation goes, expecting it to be more or less exactly the same. Moving time was like not well, just less than 1 minute faster moving. Total time elapsed was 7.5 minutes less, right? So that was Brighton. Now comparing it to week 2 is just to make sure that everything is more or less the same, right? So we had this more or less the same load going into the actual ride. We're calling Brighton the ride, and then the actual ride itself is more or less the same, we will say. So this is like, what would you call this? Like being able to reproduce the same results again and again. Consistency, right? That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, consistently, yep, great. As far as the numbers go, right? But what I need to talk about is the feeling. Yeah, the feeling. Let's get on to this. Let's get on to the emotional, the feeling of the ride, right? So the feeling of the ride, right? This was the thing that was just it. For me, it was totally unexpected. This is why I'm really getting into this now. When I came back on Friday, honestly, it felt so different, right? Now, the reason being, I'm totally out of my depth talking about this, because I don't know. I can't pinpoint exactly what the cause was, right? But the thing is I was on a different bike. So let me show you the
this, not the kitchen. Fucking hell. This is the bike that I use for getting around, for doing work, right? So it's a Windspace G3. Now, this was the bike that I used most recently to go down to Brighton. It's the first time I've been on this bike since I last attempted getting to Lisbon. So it's a Genesis, what do they call it? Some French name, Croc de Fer, something anyway. Right, now to look at them, they are, I mean, put them side to side really, and they're almost exactly the same. The components on them, the wheels themselves are almost exactly the same. Just slightly more holes on this one. I forget the number. Maybe 32. Yeah, no, I really cannot. I can't remember the number of holes, spoke holes that are on the two of them. But the Windspace has less, right? Now, the frame itself is carbon. This one is titanium. There's like this one weighs, I think it's something like 1.4 kilos more. I mean the pedals as well. These are mag peds. These are just flat pedals, Crank Brothers. Oh, and the biggest thing, right? So, this is 1x10. So we've got one chainring, 40 teeth, 10 speeds, 11 to 40 cassette, right? This one is 2x10. So we've got two chain rings, the smaller one 30, the larger one is 46, and then the cassette is 10 speed, but it's 11 to 46. So we've got a bigger range of gears on this one, a little bit heavier but much lighter than what we've got on the Windspace, right? These are the only like kind of real differences between the two bikes themselves. So we've got the pedals, the drive chain, and the frame material. That's basically what it boils down to. The only other thing, this is what I'm saying, is I'm way out of my depth with this one, is the geometry of the actual frame itself. Yeah, let's do the. Let me show you the geometry, right? So I've pulled this off Geometry Geeks, right? So fantastic website where you can put in basically the name of the name of the bike, and it pulls up all the relevant information. Now there's excuse me, there is an assumption here that they've got the correct information on there. So I've put the frame, the year, and the size. Yeah. So we've got it for both bikes. Yeah. where Geometry Geeks have got this information from, I couldn't say. So I'm assuming that these guys, given that it's a website, I'm assuming they've pulled the correct information, right? So that's the assumption. Now, the only out of all, well, I suppose, yeah, there's only really like a couple of things on here that I would know about. I'm certainly not a bike frame specialist, professional bike fitter or something like that. I don't know. So we've got the reach is shorter on the wind space. The stack is also lower. So no, I'm not even going to try and explain it. Yeah. Anyway, this is just I'm gonna stop right here. This is just for information. If anyone can, well, I'm sure there's people that know more about this stuff than what I do. But for this purposes, for the purpose of this, should I say, this is just information that I'm handing over. That the geometry is different, although the bikes look very similar. The components on them are almost exactly the same. The numbers the numbers are different, right? And this is yeah. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's it. Information handed over. That's all I'm doing here. So, just the main thing that I wanted to like kind of get across is bikes are different, right? That's basically what it comes down to. They are, but bikes are built for a specific purpose, right? Now, can I ride the wind space down to Brighton? Yes, I have done this, right? However, is the bike built to ride long distance, like continuous long distance? Because running around London, picking up jobs and dropping them off, the bike is perfect, right? Short bursts, it's amazing. Going on continuous long rides, going on a continuous long ride, I would say that the bike isn't built for that. However, the Genesis, on the other hand, I haven't used that for work. I got that bike specifically to do long distance, right? So I can't even compare the two. Compare the two. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. Compare the two with doing courier work, right? What I can compare them to is doing long distance, and the Genesis is definitely built for long distance. As far as like I said, the components themselves, they're almost exactly the same. There's very, very little difference between the wind space and the Genesis as far as how it's put together. But the feeling when I got back after riding to Brighton was totally different compared to when I was on the wind space. When I was on the wind space coming back, as soon as I got back, it was just like, like I've made it, great, fantastic, and then the flood of like just exhaustion is overwhelming, right? doing it on the Genesis, it was very much like, okay, I've got back now. What else do I need to do? It was just like I just felt like I had more energy. But it was overall much better experience. Yes, right now, back to the project. Right, back on track. So next week, this is what this phase of the training. So this is phase 2, right? So this has been focused on hills, doing elevation, seeing how that impacts me, whilst doing long distance. Now next week is going to be new ground for me, because I've never done this continuous distance, consecutive distance. I have covered this distance before, but on maybe 1 or 2 days. But I'm going to be doing 210 kilometers Monday to Thursday, so going out and working as a courier, and then coming back through some hills in London, and when I get back, I'm gonna be doing 210 each day. I feel like I'm making this a lot more complicated than what it is. So 210 kilometers each day. That's the target, and then going down to Brighton on Friday. So this is the final test of this phase. And there's I've got an indoor test, a fatigue test, that I have to do on the Saturday. Like I said last week, I've tightened up the numbers, so looking forward to that. That's it. This is what it comes down to. Really excited. Looking forward to every day next week. 6 days of training. Let's fucking go, right?